Hello, and welcome to Local Listens. On this week's episode, we invite Alaskan native Ralf Allen on to talk about his music and his travels. Other local musicians are mentioned throughout the episode, and you can find links to those musicians in the episode description.
Hi guys, welcome back to Local Listens. I'm Ukulele.
And I am Shane of Sanatorium Hill.
Woo woo.
We have Ralph from Alaska.
Wow!
Ralph, what's
Yay!
up?
So you play the ukulele. Do you play any other instruments, or is that like...
It's like my primary instrument. I can play a little bit of guitar. I know some chords on the mandolin, which means I can play a little bit of violin as well.
Oh yeah, because that's the same tuning.
And then I also play the harmonica. I don't know if I said that yet.
Wow!
But I can also
Jack of all
play
trades.
a little bit of keyboard as well.
There you go.
All right. See,
That's awesome.
I've never been able to actually get into playing the keyboard. I can play the final countdown, and that's it. And only that like main keyboard part.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's all you really need to know on the keyboard, though, honestly.
Yeah, like that
That
livens
knows
up
my
every
fun.
party.
Music, so
All right, so like,
Hell yeah.
what made you start playing music?
It's gonna sound real depressing, but I was sad.
I feel
And,
that.
Right?
yeah, I was real sad. And I was like a kid, so my first instrument was the violin. And I started playing that when I was maybe 12. And yeah, I was just a real sad person. And, to be sad at 12 is not really like a thing that you want. So started playing the violin and just went from there. Stopped
There you
playing
go.
for a bunch of years, and then I picked up the ukulele.
Hell yeah.
Here we are.
Hell yeah.
Here we are, man.
It's amazing how much music can like help you through some dark times, though.
No kidding. Music is like
Yes.
therapy. You know what I mean? Like
It really is.
people always talk about how like I spent like $10,000 on therapy sessions and stuff, and I said, yeah, I just sat in my room and played my ukulele, and it seems to work.
You spent $150 on a ukulele, and you're set.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how it works. And then you've been traveling still, like even through all last year.
Oh yeah.
With like COVID being an issue and everything, but so you're back in Alaska now.
I'm
But
back in Alaska now, yes.
like a week ago, you were in Colorado.
Probably almost 2 weeks ago, I was in Colorado.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago.
And then previous to that, I was in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Oregon, and Washington.
Washington visiting the homies up in the house. What?
Up in his house.
You know it.
God damn.
That's the one thing I regret about that trip is that I didn't get to see you when you were here because I was working.
It's okay. So I am going to be working on a farm here starting in March, and then by September, I will be back in Washington again.
Hell yeah. Hopefully, if all goes well with COVID and everything, hopefully we can do Punks in the Woods this year.
Yeah,
Cross
I
your
will
fingers,
definitely fly out for that.
God, hopefully we get Punks in the Woods back.
Oh, please. I need it, man.
I wrote a song about
it
Punks in the Woods.
Hell yeah.
You did. Is that the same one you wrote at Punks in the Woods?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Bard song or something like
that?
It's called The Path of the Bard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Love it.
So like how has COVID affected the area you're at now? Like how's venues, like local venues doing and stuff like that?
So I'm in Alaska currently, and I'd say about half of the businesses here have shut down.
Dang. Like permanently or just like temporarily?
Permanently, like closed for good.
Shit.
Damn.
It's crazy. I don't think any bars are open in this town. But if you go out to like the Valley area, which is about a 45-minute drive, there's probably some bars that are open out there.
Are they open? Like, can you sit inside or do you have to sit outside?
I don't know. I haven't been to any bars or anything since I've been back in Alaska.
Right,
I've just
right.
really been kind of at this one place and the hospital a couple of times,
Yeah.
but
Well, I know for here, they just made a thing, I guess it's going to start Monday, where you can do 25% indoor dining and you can do 25% indoor entertainment, which means we can do music
uh,
technically starting Monday.
cool, cool.
But only 25% though doesn't seem like a lot to me. But I mean, hey,
And
I'll take a 5-person show if
Yeah,
I can.
so here at the gravel pit, one person performs to two people.
is
There
it
you
funny
go.
because I know I know who it is?
Well, I mean, a 2-person show is better than no show at all. Just saying.
That's very real. In Colorado, they do outdoor dining. So they like the bars have like if they have a patio, go on their patio and
Right.
eat
Yeah, that's
food.
how it is here.
Uh,
You can sit outside,
Yeah,
yeah,
which is
and like
cool,
certain
but you
bars
gotta have
have
the right
like
heaters.
little heated tents. So you have like your own little personal heated tent with you and
Hell
your couple of
yeah.
friends.
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, in Issaquah, here in Washington, the main, I think it's like First Avenue, like the main street that goes through, from like noon to like 8 in the afternoon, they shut it down, and like the restaurants there bring out tents, and they like fill up the street
Nice.
and stuff. So it's kind of cool
Yeah,
that
I heard about that.
yeah,
And
they're
like
able
you,
to
it's all,
keep it
my
alive.
buddy was saying it's like Vegas. You can like take your drink and walk around and like,
I think so. Yeah,
yeah, no,
it's
it's
weird,
crazy.
but hey, they're keeping all those businesses down, like their downtown area alive that way. So it's
Right? I
pretty
mean,
cool.
yeah, you need it because I mean, a lot of these music venues and stuff are just they're shut down, not going to reopen again.
Yeah.
Like we can't even get Chuck E. Cheese in Washington anymore, people. It's real.
You can
There's no
what?
Chuck E. Cheese. I'm telling you, bro. That's
Holy
when you know
shit.
it got serious. When you can't have Chuck E. Cheese.
Fucking Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, goddamn.
Did you know that the I think Shane's the one who showed me this that the lead singer for the Chuck E. Cheese commercials is the lead singer for Bowling for Soup. Like,
Yeah,
those,
Whoa.
yeah, no, Bowling
Cool,
for
cool,
Soup does
cool,
everything, man.
cool.
yeah. I forgot that singer's name, but he's in like everything that's
Everything.
nostalgic.
Yeah,
He's the voice of Chuck E. Cheese. They did the fucking Phineas and Ferb theme song. They did
the Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron's theme song. Also, like a bunch of great albums that just make me feel like I'm back in the '90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you just love feeling it like you're being in the 90s?
Yes,
Always.
like to be a kid
Those
and
are like the
completely
best years.
oblivious to everything else.
Right.
Those were
Yep.
literally the best years for like everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course they were.
uh,
That's where all the good music's from, man. It's from the 90s.
yeah. Opposed to like the crack epidemics and stuff that were going on, but
Well,
being a
Yeah.
kid, you didn't have to worry about that shit.
right.
So
Well,
Uh,
that escalated quickly.
right.
we got to keep the listeners entertained, right?
There you go.
So,
That's it.
Shit.
Ralph, you said you were in and out of the hospital. Like, does that have to do with COVID or anything, or is that just like other
No, so when
issues?
I was in Colorado, I ended up developing a heart problem,
Oh,
and I was in the hospital there for 28 hours,
oof.
and they monitored me, and my potassium was low. Bunch of stuff was happening, and so I decided to come back to Alaska for my
Holy
medical
shit!
stuff because I have insurance here, and so was the best move. I also have possibly melanoma, so
Oh,
I'm trying to
geez.
figure that out.
God
Um,
damn.
that's how
Ugh.
Bob Marley died, so I'm not trying to pull a Bob Marley, you know.
Right.
He got melanoma underneath one of his nails.
Oh
Ah.
shit!
I have a black dot under my nail, and
Ah.
that's what we're worried about.
Well,
So,
I don't know if anybody wants to pull a Bob Marley, but I do think everybody wants to spread the love with the
yeah,
music. You
right.
know what I mean? Like he did.
Oh
He
yeah.
brought. I swear, like
I'm
there
not
could have
Bob
been like
Marley. I
a
said
war
Bob
going
Marley.
on,
That's
and
so
Bob
funny.
Marley could stand in the middle of the war and play music, and everybody would stop what they're doing and just be like, "All right, cool, high five."
Yeah.
That guy was a genius.
Oh yeah.
At least that's how I heard he died. I'm not 100% sure if that's how he died. I don't want to. Don't quote me on things.
We'll
I'm gonna
try
have to
not
look
to.
up melanoma some more now, cause like I also have a
It's
black dot under my nail, but I thought it was because like pencil lead when I was a kid.
oh
So I'm gonna
yeah,
hyperfixate
you
on
need to
that for a
look
little bit.
that up.
There you
It's a
go.
little bit serious. Pretty much. So I'm like not too terribly worried about it because my friend's dad has had melanoma for like 18 years, and pretty much just every once in a while he goes in and has some moles removed.
Huh.
Hmm.
So
All right.
I'm not too
Hey,
worried about it, but I am worried
right,
about it, which is part of
right,
why I'm
right, right.
here.
Yeah.
I feel it.
God damn. All right.
Yeah.
So off the topics of depressing,
Yeah,
one of us
sorry
may die.
about
I mean, I guess I did ask what you were in the hospital for. So
You
that.
did.
Yeah, not COVID. They gave me a
yeah,
COVID
not
test,
COVID.
and so
So
I'm good.
That's good at
holy
least.
shit. You'll probably write a song about it though. So
True.
Yeah, that's
There
like
you
the
go.
benefits of going through shitty stuff in your life is that it always makes a good song.
It's like writing in a diary, but it's just all songs. You know, like you can turn any situation into a song. It
yeah,
helps.
Yeah, and like it doesn't matter what you're playing really, or what I'm playing really on the ukulele. It
Right.
always makes me pretty happy.
There you go.
Even if it's a sad song,
Right.
it's kind of hard to make a sad song on the ukulele sound sad.
True. Although, and somehow Mikey Muffins pulls it off. The genius of Mikey Muffins can make the ukulele sound sad, and it's perfect, and I love it.
yeah. We got to get Mikey on
We do.
local
I
listens.
messaged Mikey about this, and
Yeah, we gotta reach out to
they're
him.
interested. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. So Ralph, what would you say like your influences are? You already talked about like bad things that happen in your life being influences.
It could be like a funny situation or like, like something that happened to my friend or like
Right.
most of the things I write about, almost all the things I write about and play about are actual things that have happened to me or somebody I know. And they're all pretty relatable things, I think. Um,
Right. Right.
but yeah,
Like,
or sometimes I can like look at a painting that someone drew or like just look around a room and write a song off of things that are happening in the room. Like
dang.
these two cats right now are chasing each other around and wrestling, and I could just sit here and strum the ukulele and make a song about it.
Well, now
Yeah, I
I
pretty much just use whatever's around me or sometimes I'll ask people for topics and I'll
Like platypussy.
like platypussy.
wait. What's the story behind that?
So okay, so Ralph texted me like, gosh, this must have been like months ago, like back in the summertime, and Al was at my house, and Ralph said, "I want to write a song with you. Give me a topic." And for whatever reason, at the time, Al, being Al, was talking to me about some random facts about animals because that's what Al does. And we were talking about the platypus, and he said, "Did you know that the plural for platypus is not platypi, but platypussy?" And so then I laughed and I thought it was funny. And then I told Ralph, "This is what you need to write the song about." And so now at some point, Ralph and Al and I are writing a song about platypussy.
what the?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave
He
that one to
said,
you guys.
"What the?"
Yeah. For all of you under 18 viewers, we're so sorry about what you just experienced. Please go clean out your
I,
ears and come back.
it's your fault for listening. You knew
True.
what you were getting yourself
yeah.
into.
True facts.
Holy shit. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one up to you.
Yeah.
I am gonna like keep an eye out for a song entitled Platypussy and a song
Yeah.
from Ralph
Please.
entitled These Cats Are Wrestling.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. So like we were talking about influences. Are there any like musical influences you have though? Like any bands or artists that really stick out to you?
I really like Sticky Fingers. They're like real depressing, but not depressing at all. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
They like write music that makes me want to dance around,
But
but
it's sad.
it's also kind of sad.
Yeah.
I also really like Tech Nine. He's
Yeah.
not a ukuleleist, or however you say it.
I can get down to Tech Nine.
Yeah, Tech Nine's cool.
But I rather enjoy him. I like the Dirty Heads quite a bit.
I like the Dirty Heads.
Alan Stone, and there was one other, but I forgot. But Alan Stone is really amazing as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that you have a wide range of musical. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, I listen to this one thing. It's like, I listen to Tech Nine and this guy over here and this guy over here. Like, it's cool.
Yeah,
that you have...
goes from so Sticky Fingers and Tech Nine.
Right, yeah, right.
You know,
how it goes.
Hey, but
Days and Days, and like
yeah, oh, of course,
just everyone.
Hell yeah,
everyone. Yeah, I really do like though that like even if you don't like that kind of music or you don't like that band, you still appreciate the music behind it because you're a musician. Like I know for me, I really don't like bands like One Direction or like Ariana Grande or like Justin Bieber. I don't like those people, but I respect them though because they do make music.
They're talented enough to be doing what they're doing. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. They're doing something with music, and it really does bring some people joy and happiness. And
they're in a spot
a thing,
making a living doing what they want to do.
I'm actually gonna be making a living doing what I want to be doing this summer.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
right on.
That's what's up. Already on.
What's the plans for the summer?
So I'm going to be working on a farm. I'm a full-time farmer in the summertime, and they have some livestock, and they also have about 2 acres of gardens. And just to like give you an idea, like in the front of the house, there's a fence, and in front of that fence, in one day, we planted 220 roses. And that's just like the gardens.
That's awesome.
To me, you look like you'd be a farmer. Like you
I
look
am
like
a farmer, full time.
I know. I'm telling you, like it totally fits. It's awesome. I love it.
I'm gonna be starting mid-March this year, which is really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know. When Ralph came through Tacoma and stopped over at the gravel pit for a while because we have the garden beds in the back. Ralph was out there like, oh, so you have this and you have this, and like checking out the garden beds and like, oh, so you planted this? Well, actually, you should put that over with that, and that should come over here.
I could just picture it being like he shows up at your house, and before he even says hello to you, oh man, this plant should go here and here. Oh right, hey, how's it going? Just immediately go to the garden. Like, that's what I do when I go to like. I'll be like, I'll walk in like the other day. I walked into Safeway to like get some groceries or something, and even before I said anything to anybody, before I even grabbed anything, I went, "Oh, I think they're playing some Offspring music. Cool." Like first thing I thought of was music. Like,
hell yeah,
it's just so funny how that works.
Mental priorities.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So, Ralph, what would you say is like your favorite venue up by you though? Because I haven't been to Alaska. We're going to go up this year, but then COVID fucking hit.
Are we talking summertime or wintertime? And are we talking pre-COVID or COVID?
I want all 4 of those answered.
Yeah. We got time to fill.
I want them all.
In the wintertime, my favorite venue is Van's Dive Bar. And actually, I probably would say that's my favorite venue in the summer as well. Unless we're talking like festivals. I've never played at a festival personally in Alaska. I've played at 2 festivals in the lower 48, but I've never played at a festival in Alaska. But my favorite festival venue, music venue during the summer would have to be Trapper Creek. It's like a Trapper Creek Bluegrass Festival.
That's cool.
All right.
Hell yeah, that's cool. I like playing festivals and outdoor events, like street fairs and stuff. I don't know. Something about those are just fun to play, like just because it's like just a bunch of people getting together. Just maybe you don't know these people and they're coming to listen to your music, and then all of a sudden they become your new fans, or like it's just fun to do.
Yeah.
That's actually probably my favorite part about playing music is like I'll go busking or something. It doesn't matter if I get the money or not. I don't care about the money. It's when like a car pulls up and a kid rolls down a window and there's like kids in the backseat and they're jamming to your music that you wrote.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Such a great feeling.
And that's literally the best feeling, like that I think that you can get. Like it's really good.
Right. Yeah, that's what I love when I'm busking is like someone will drive by and there will be a red light and they'll roll down their window and give me a thumbs up and like, me like listening to it. And then as they drive away, they're like, "Good job, man!" And I'm like, I always tell people when I'm busking, I go, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the smiles and the thank yous.
That's what it
That's why I
is.
go
That's
busking, man.
really
It's
what it
because I
is.
want people to walk by and go, "That was some good music." Because then I can go home and feel like, yeah, look what I just did. I just played music for people and they liked it more so than the money. But
I was working at like the Washington State Fair.
yeah,
Um, God, I think this was like 2 years ago now, 3 years ago now. And we did the load in for, I think it was like Rascal Flats or something.
yeah.
And
Nice.
the show was going to start, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to take my guitar and like go outside the fairgrounds and busk a little bit because there was like hundreds of people there. So I went
Right.
out,
Mm-hmm.
walked down like a block and just started playing. I got the weirdest shit. Like this guy gave me a scone. Um,
Hell yeah.
one person
We
threw.
like a scone.
Yeah, like he just like gave me a scone and it was awesome. Like I remember it tasting good, but I
Hell
also
yeah.
remember like calling Shannon and being like, "What the fuck just happened?" Also, this guy, there was this one guy who threw a roll of quarters at me from his car window, like a
Bro.
whole
Yeah.
fucking like bank roll of
In
quarters at me.
Alaska, in
That
Alaska, there's
reminds
a lot
me.
of that.
It's
Go
so
ahead.
fucking weird.
It is.
People like throw money at you as they're going by. They'll just drive
That's so
by and
funny.
throw it out.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, let me pick this up real quick mid
Right.
song.
Ching. Yeah. No, that reminds me of Halloween of 2020. Shane and I were driving back from busking. I think it was Halloween. And we were in the
Yeah.
car, and this car pulls up, rolls in the window and says trick or treat, and then throws candy into our window. Dude, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like they literally had all this candy, they were just giving it to people in their car.
I think it's hilarious when people think that there's gonna be drugs in your kid's candy. Like drugs are expensive.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
giving like some fucking
We're not giving out free drugs, no thanks.
yeah, like shit's expensive. You got to be good friends to get shit for free, right?
Right. Right. If you want your candy lace, you better go make some friends with those people.
For real.
The other part of that story though is that we get back to the house, to the gravel pit, and we're like, dude, there was some candy on the hood of the car. Let's see if it's still there. And we run out and it was still on the hood of the car.
Yeah, like it was
Dude, it was
stuck in
crazy.
between the windshield wipers.
You could have sworn that we were like kids literally at a candy store.
Oh yeah.
We were freaking out. We thought that was the coolest thing we've ever seen. Like, it was still there. Oh my gosh. We like ran in and told Shannon, and Shannon's like all confused. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like
We were like, no, there was
somebody threw
candy.
candy at us.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
It was awesome. I love it.
So crazy busking stories and stuff, but like what's the craziest story of an actual show you've done? I guess it doesn't really have to be a show you've done, just like a show you've been to.
Craziest, like elaborate a little bit on what you mean.
What's the first story that comes to mind when you think of like, holy shit, this weird thing happened at a show?
I don't know, like a festival show or like
Yeah,
just like
sure.
a bar full
Yeah,
of-
Any
any of
kind
them.
of show.
I was at Trapper Creek Bluegrass, and there's the Jephries were playing on the stage. It's like this local band, but they're fucking amazing. Jephries spelled with a PH.
Okay.
All right.
So they were playing, and everyone was like all out having a good time. And this guy gets up on the stage and jumps off the stage and stage dives into the crowd. I've never seen this at this festival before. I've been going to this festival for 6 years.
Right.
And the dude stage dived and like got passed around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a pipe. He literally got passed around.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was pretty cool. That was pretty crazy.
That's
Fucking
cool. No,
stage
I like
diving
that
at a
story.
bluegrass show. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's like that. I think that's
Well, they
like the
have like
title
all
of the book
kinds
we're
of
gonna
music. It wasn't just bluegrass music. It was all kinds of music, you know.
Right.
but
Okay.
They're like, I don't even know what to describe them as,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I feel like
with
if
you.
that guy was gonna write like an autobiography of himself, that would be the title. I staged over at a bluegrass show. That'd be it. That'd be how he'd open the book. People, I'd read it.
That
Just
was
saying.
the Jephries?
Yeah, it was the Jephries.
All right.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you've talked to me about them a couple times.
Yeah, I've heard about
Yeah,
that
they're
man
pretty
before.
amazing. Pretty
So for all
amazing.
of you listeners out there, go check him out on the
If you're
interwebs.
having a bad day, listen to those guys.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Hell yeah. So we got stage diving at a bluegrass show. We got crazy busking stuff.
Wow.
What is like the best memory that comes to mind when you think of your shows? Like, is it the crowd reacting to your music, or is it like some weird specific thing that happened once?
No, I
Or
think it's definitely the crowd reacting to your music. First time it ever happened, it was, I don't know, there was like 15 or 20 people watching and people were clapping, and it almost makes you want to cry. You
oh
know, the
yeah,
first couple of times it happens, it's like really awesome,
oh
really,
yeah.
really awesome feeling, like really
For
uplifting.
sure. That was like my first show. When I played, my first show I ever played, well, technically the first show I ever played, I only played like 3 songs. And then the last song I played wasn't the right song to play, and I got chewed out by it from like the people. But anyway, the first real show I played though was at a place called the Safe House, which isn't really around anymore. But I remember when I got to the show, I was like freaking out. I think I did cry because I was like, this is the first time where like this is my dream. This is what I've dreamed about my entire life, is playing a show and like having all these people show up. Like I'd been in like summer camps before where like you play with like a band and then at the end of the summer camp you like play a show. But that's like almost like a forced show. They're basically telling people, yeah, you have to come to this show. It's part of the camp, you know? Like it's not like a real right. It's not a real thing because you aren't actually a band. You just formed this band during a summer camp that you probably aren't going to see ever again unless you go to summer camp next year. Like the bands don't last, and so it was just a really. I get what you're saying, Rob. It's a really emotional experience when you walk in and it's your show and everybody's vibing to your music. Like it's super cool.
And they're actually liking it.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
yeah.
And the
actually
creepiest
liking
part is when
it.
they sing along to your original songs and you're like, wait a minute, you know my song?
Yes,
Dude.
yes. I remember the first time that happened to me. I almost stopped playing. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. The first time that ever happened to me, I was at the bomb shelter and I was
I love
playing
that
my
place.
songs. Oh, of course, best house venue in Tacoma besides the gravel pit. So I was no, but I was playing my set, and I look over, and I think it was you, Shane, and Eugene, and Shannon, and Al, and somebody else. You guys were singing "Lost and Found," and I didn't realize that you guys had knew that song. Like this was probably like when I first met, like the first Bailey Ukulele show I think Al had ever been to, and I was like, "How do you all know my music?" And then after the show, Al, you came up to me and said, "Dude, that was so good. Like I liked your songs," and you're like, "I really liked your Repeat After Me song. Why didn't you play that one?" And I got so mad at you. I was like, no, why? Every other song is good. Why is that the one that you really like? So, for those of you listening, that's apparently some sort of like cult following I have.
I like that song.
See,
See?
everyone does. It's weird. It's
See,
weird.
it's the
I don't know.
out of the Bailey Ukulele album, there's two tracks that could kind of be like cult classics because they
Yeah.
really are different from the rest of your songs. You got the Repeat
Yeah.
After Me song and
Right.
you playing the Rugrats theme.
Yeah. So, okay. So I used to do in my albums, I thought it was cool when albums would have like a bonus track on some kind of folk funk, which you can view on Bandcamp. It's gotten a hit in bonus track, and I think I did Heart and Soul. I did something from some like High School Musical movie, I think, as a joke, and then I did the Rugrats theme. That was such a shitty recording I did though. I hooked up my keyboard into my amp and then into my soundboard and then plugged my soundboard into my computer. So all you got was like the loud piano sounds and then like a USB mic that like sounded like crap. It was awesome.
Ralph,
Awesome.
I know you've recorded a little bit here. Like we recorded like 2 or 3 tracks for you. Do you have any plans on coming out with an album soon?
Yes. So I'm supposed to be doing some recording here while I'm here, and I've got a couple of different places that I'm going to be doing that at.
Hell
And
yeah.
hopefully, while I'm in Alaska this go around, I'll be releasing an album. Hopefully. I
I'm
don't
so
make
excited.
promises that I don't know if I can keep,
Right.
but I'm really hoping for that.
That would be awesome. I would be so excited. Every time I hear you play, it's almost like you and Jamie are the two people that come to mind when I think of like campfire music. No campfire required. That's how
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense.
That's gonna be a name of one of the albums. I'll
Hell yeah,
Yeah, you got to write that
bro.
one
I don't
down.
know.
campfire songs,
I
no
don't know if
campfire required.
right. No, but I don't know how to describe that. But it's kind of like if you think about campfire music, it's music that you can like relax to and like kind of jam out to, but you're not fully invested to the point where you're like, oh, like I have to mosh to this. It's like music that you can feel good with and kind of just chill and like, but you're still into it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I feel like you and Jamie both play. It's kind of that like campfire-esque setting, but you're just playing inside someone's house.
I'm gonna have to play music with Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
Oh, that'd be so cool. We got to get
Actually,
Jamie
you
on
guys,
here as well.
we do. You and Jamie actually would probably sound really good together.
Yeah.
I can see that being a good
I started
mix.
playing music. I forgot this chick's name, but I played music with her the day before I left Colorado, and I've played music with quite a few different people, but I've never sounded better. And I really need to like remember her name so that I can find her.
Right.
Does that make sense?
All right.
So all of our listeners go and look for this girl. She lives in Colorado and she plays music. Okay, she can't be that hard to find.
She
Here we
plays a
go.
banjo.
There we go.
See, narrowing it
Go
down.
scour the internet.
Colorado,
And
banjo.
she's got tattoos from like head to foot.
All
There you
right,
go.
heavily tattooed.
There we go. Everybody go on the internet right now and look up Banjo Lady in Colorado with tattoos. Let us know when you find her.
Let
There we
us
go,
know.
Ralph. We're on the hunt.
Perfect.
So
Oh, yeah.
what's your thought on live streams?
This is awesome.
Like,
This is not a live stream though.
no,
That's
this
funny.
isn't. No, I mean like
I don't
live
have a problem
streaming
with live
shows.
streams.
All right,
You know, like I'd do a show, you know.
live
What were you gonna
streams
say?
during like through like 2020 because of COVID and everything totally like took over. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, have you done any yet, or have you just been focusing on the road?
I've done some, like I've gone live on Facebook a few times, but most of the time, like these past 5 months, I've really just been on the road and like I wire wrap and I make jewelry and stuff. I just started getting into like blacksmithing type stuff, so I like
That's cool.
I'll like melt metal together and pound it flat and stuff, and then
Damn.
I'll like
Alright.
shape it to like crystals or rocks that I find or go mining for, and I've rocks from 10 different states.
All right.
Hey.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, it's official. Ralph is cooler than you and I combined, Shane.
Yep.
Oh
I'm
man.
not a blacksmith.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
am also not a blacksmith by any means, but
You're more a blacksmith than I
I-
am, though. So I mean, hey.
you just melt stuff together and pound it to the shape of whatever you're doing. It's not that hard, you guys.
It's not
Like,
rocket science.
No.
Okay.
Where do you sell your stuff?
Side of the road.
All right.
Roadside attractions.
Roadside. Saturday markets, depending on where we're at or where I'm at. Sometimes I'll post it on Facebook. I don't really like have an Etsy or anything yet.
Right.
Waiting till I get some more pieces to do that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What other like little hobbies and stuff do you have other than, like making swords?
Bro, if I could learn how to make a sword, best believe you're gonna be the first one that gets one. Okay,
Dang. Hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah, so I'm a blacksmithing friend.
I think you have to like go to school or something to be officially called like a
Oh,
blacksmith.
come
Yeah,
on.
probably.
I just want to be able to walk down the street and talk to somebody and go, yeah, guess what? I know a blacksmith. What's up?
Like, oh, you need something? All right, one sec. Let me just call up my blacksmith.
Right.
I like to paint. I like to finger paint. I know it sounds like some young people shit, but I've seen like some really really amazing finger paint done by
Yeah.
some really well known artists around here in
Oh yeah.
Alaska. I like to paint. I like to draw. Um, or I like to just call it coloring because, the lines kind of just form themselves.
There you go.
And then I like to cook. I mean, I know that's not really a hobby, but
I mean, it can be.
it's it's fun. It's really fun to cook. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like a Ralph of all trades.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, I probably can't say that.
No.
When you perform, like, do you just go by Ralph?
So nowadays I just go by Ralph, but probably about a year ago I was going by Ukulangelo.
Okay.
And
That's a sweet
yeah, I
name.
know it's a lot. Uh, but now I just kind of go by my own name because I'm me and no one else is me.
Wow.
So I'm just Ralph Allen.
Yeah.
That's
Sweet.
deep. To be honest,
With
like
an F. Or
With an F, yeah,
Right.
with an
spelled
F.
with an F.
Ralph with
Which
an F.
I
And look, we
totally
just designed his T-shirt right
wrote
there.
down wrong.
His merch. His merch is gonna be Ralph with an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Which is
RAL
crazy because
plus sign F.
Right.
people have
Exactly.
been calling me that since I was 17,
Damn.
and I'm 27. I'll be 28 in June.
Dang.
Damn. Man, old motherfuckers.
Uh, I'm getting there, bro.
We're the same age, but I an old motherfucker.
Oh, so I had a question because this has always been a thing for me because I play the ukulele. So, do you have any songs you play like covers or something on the ukulele that like most people would be like, "Whoa, that's not a song that's usually performed on the uke or maybe in that way." Like I know for me, like every time I play Green Day, everyone's like, "Dude, you're playing Green Day? No way!" Like on the ukulele, like people think it's
I'll
weird. I
play
don't know.
like Eminem or like
Yeah,
Tupac.
there you go.
Hell yeah.
Like that always gets a fun reaction.
Yeah.
Probably my number one most requested song because I play the ukulele is really stereotypical. It's Riptide.
Yeah, dude, I get
Yeah,
Riptide, Summer Over the
I
Rainbow,
get
and I'm
Riptide
Yours.
so much.
Me too.
Uh,
And do
I
you ever
get
get
I'm
I'm
Yours.
Yours?
Those are my
Yeah,
two top, bro. Those are my two
bro.
top. And I'm like,
Uh,
it's to the point where I have enough of my own songs where I can just be like, I don't know how to play that.
right.
And
No,
then
see, what
just
you got to
play
do
one
is
of my
write a
songs.
song. Just write a song called Riptide. So when someone says play Riptide, you can just play your own song.
Have it be a song about being asked about playing Riptide?
Right. Exactly. So everybody always told me play Riptide, play I'm Yours. So I had to mix it up. So I took the I'm Yours song and I mashed it together with a Bob Marley song because I couldn't play it straight anymore because it was
Yeah,
starting to get annoying. So I had to like remix it and like make it different so I could keep playing it because that's what
I
everyone was
really
requesting.
like that.
You know
All
what I mean?
right.
Like you just gotta make it different. What about you, Shane? What's one song you play that like not a lot of people expect from?
Oh shit. Well, Eugene of Counterfeit Reality and I always play fucking Hometown Road because that one's just fucking fun to play.
Nice.
There's also I really do like to cover This Land Is Your Land, Woody Guthrie,
Oh yeah.
because
There you go.
so many people have only heard like the parts that they're taught in school. So
Yeah.
I call them like the forgotten verses. Woody Guthrie wrote like multiple versions of This Land Is Your Land. And
This land is your land.
I took a bunch of like verses and stuff that were left out from like the school
That's cool.
versions and added them back into it.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's always a fun one because like you're playing that one on the street and people are like, "Oh yeah, I know this one," and then you start like singing about like,
playing in the verse. Yeah.
yeah, like, yeah, I'm in the shadow of the steeple in the middle of the town, and like the unions are fighting back and shit, and they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, people are like, oh my god, you're ruining a song.
Why you gotta
That's
make it
awesome.
political? Like, it was already. Like, it's Woody
Everything's
Guthrie. What do you
political.
expect?
America, what isn't political?
Yeah.
America, you're right.
So,
Write a
Ralph,
song about how political going to the bathroom is.
yeah. Ralph, what is like a dream band for you to play with?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I have never thought about that. A dream band for me to play with.
Yeah, like perform a show with or like play alongside of.
So there's a Alaska local musician. She's known all around the world, though. Her name is Emma Hill, and she is really amazing musician.
Oh yeah.
And I love her music so much, and it's very different from a lot of the stuff that I listen to. And so I would absolutely adore playing a show with this lady.
I really
Absolutely.
enjoy that you said a local musician and not somebody like you weren't like, oh, I want to play with, like I want to play with Aerosmith or I want to play with this band. Like you picked like a real like local act, which
Well, I
that
mean,
says a lot.
she's played in Sweden before. She's played all over the world,
Dang,
She's played
Damn.
hell
all
yeah!
over,
I want
and
to play in
so
Sweden.
Switzerland. I think it's
Dang.
Switzerland.
Sounds like we all need to take a trip up to Europe. Huh?
Still Europe. Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go on a fucking adventure together, guys, and like let's go play some fucking shows and do some shit up in Europe. I'm sure there's house venues in Europe we could pop into.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
I play some pubs, play some fucking like do some busking shit. Like that'd be a fun trip. Do what we do best, make noise.
yeah. Make incoherent noise.
Well, Ralph, thank you so much for coming on and talking about ukuleles and how awesome you are and how sad, how
ladies.
cool it is to be sad.
We're going to listen to a couple tracks from you, and
Right.
thank you so much for spending some time with us and taking
Yeah,
this
this is
call.
awesome.
Here is a song Ralph sent in for this episode entitled This Is Our Song. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Local Listens. And next week's guest is Jesse Sendejas of bands like N Daze, Chad Hates George, and Escape from the Zoo. We hope you tune in next time and have a great and music-filled week.